just talking about it as softly as possible. Mostly because I've said it all before, like just decorating things. Like I wouldn't put that bow for Easter. I mean, you could, but when you go to parks, I mean, sometimes they do that now. Like they have lights up all year, like the string of lights. Disneyland has like a little reef thing. What do you call that? The reef and the reef string and the little reef circle like that over there. That thing, the reef string and the reef circle above Main Street. Another one of my favorite things, Disneyland and Christmas. Things like that. It's like enhancing the good things about everything, like this is my house already, this is my room already. I was like, well, let's make it nicer by sticking a bow on it and putting that up there and just like decorating that, The only thing is like during Christmas, and the thing is you can do it all year, you can even do it for every holiday, like Easter, have Easter colors, Easter egg up there, or like Easter bow or something. The only reason I don't do that is like, because it kind of takes away from Christmas, but then at the same time, so well, then you're also like giving the same amount of effort to every holiday. There's nothing wrong with that, and I would do that, but like I just like saving it for Christmas, because to me it makes it more special, I always try, like if you want to do that, if it doesn't take it away for you, then it doesn't do that. For me, it does feel a little like it takes something away, even if it shouldn't, even if maybe it doesn't. For me, I just feel like it kind of does. Then again, I do have like my things that I leave out, like how parks have their lights out. Like some parks have the string of lights too all year, and I've always wanted something like that, and I did buy like a string of lights so I could keep up all year. Normal colors, like that's the other thing. Everyone has their theme, like I said too, I said all this before. People have their different themes, like blue, or a neutral, a white, black, a specific color scheme that they like, and it's like there's no one right way for everyone, Some people really don't like red or really don't like green, or they think it's like tacky or like, just too much of Christmas, or just there's something about red and green, some specific shades, or just how they go together. Sometimes like I'm not gonna buy things that are just red and green because it's red and green, There's things I'm like, does this look good or does it look too tacky? I would buy something that's like kind of tacky, only if it was like nostalgic, or, because there's a lot of nostalgic things that people have used for years and years, since the first Christmas, since Jesus was born. They would use things like that, and like, we all have those decorations. It's like, well, should we throw this out, or, there's something about it, and it doesn't mean that, oh, this is how it was, you need to keep doing it. Like, if you don't like it, then you can throw it away. There are some things that I threw away, they broke or whatever. I didn't really like them that much. That's how it used to be years ago. I remember when I was really little, I would beg my mom to help decorate for Christmas, and I would always ask to do it early. Well, I think I always asked on my birthday. That's why I love how it's like, it was always right after Thanksgiving or on Thanksgiving, because then it was like, okay, now we can decorate, and that's like the best birthday present that I could have, even though I really don't remember any of my birthdays where we actually decorated, because my mom always decorates. Well, I mean, I decorate early whenever I want, and it's different every year. But as a family, like when I lived with my wala, and it's not like they needed to do Thanksgiving, they wanted to, It's what you want. Like I said, your house, your rules. It wasn't my house, but my room is gonna be Christmas. I didn't even ask to do Christmas. I wasn't like, oh, can we please do Christmas everywhere in the house for Thanksgiving? Also, like I said in the other video, I always have this struggle with myself every year that I'm like, well, if I do decorate now, once Christmas is finally here, it's gonna be like, oh, I'm already ready, and I've been ready. I feel like it does take away something from that. Just the same as if everything was already decorated. Like if I had a different color bow up all year. So I'm always like, is December a good time to do it? Is after Thanksgiving a perfect time to do it? I still don't know after all these years. So I just do it whenever and at different times to see what's best. But anyway, I would remember decorating for Christmas, and I'll look through the boxes and find like really old things. And I'm like, oh, we need to use this, we need to use that. Like the cheapest things that have made it through years and years of Christmases. Like we would have outside decorations that I would put in my room because I just love Christmas. And it's like, seen my video decorating, like the little snow globe that I have by my bed? It's one of my favorite decorations, one of my favorite ornaments. And it's only white and green, you know, or barely even green. It has a Christmas tree in it. But it's like as simple as that, and it's still one of my favorite things. So for me, like, my main theme is Christmas, you know. And the best thing about it is that you could always change it, you know. Like 1 year, have it red and green everywhere. Or even if you have a house, you could have different themes for different rooms. That makes me so sad, because to think about all the things I could do, like with the living room, the kitchen, outside, but you know, I'm happy with how it is right now in terms of Christmas decorations. But yeah, I mean, one of my most important topics that I've covered for these episodes all year, things that I've already mentioned before. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. I also will say, I don't think I've said before, one of my favorite things is like with Wicked, with Christmas, and like my favorite album from Taylor Swift is finding the good in the bad, finding beauty in darkness. I just love things like that because it's like, you know, I can relate to that a lot, and I know a lot of people can too. Like with Wicked, if you don't know, it's the story of the Wicked Witch. Which, I mean, I could do a video on that later, because it's like, same thing with Trisha. It doesn't excuse everything she's done, or is still currently doing, you know. And don't let me get started on that either. I can't even talk on that, because I need to talk on my own stuff first, you know. Not that I did anything, but, you know, things that I need to figure out. Like, if I can't even figure out how to explain my situation and all these things like that, let's not start other things, you know. Not good at explaining, so. But again, at the same time, it's not like I'm saying she deserves to be, okay, here I go starting again. Don't assume negatively, that's all I can ask for. Reputation is one of my favorite albums from Taylor Swift because it's all because of all of it. Like, I love this song. The only thing though is I didn't like Look What You Made Me Do. Like, it's okay, it grew on me, but then it's like it's like even Gorgeous. But I kinda do like Gorgeous now. The only two songs that I don't like is Look What You Made Me Do and This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things, which is like both of the songs I skip, but it's not like I hate them. It takes a lot for me to hate something. There's a reason for hating it, you know. But every other song, even them, I appreciate those songs. Some of her best lyrically, and Just Call It What You Want is one of my favorite songs. It makes me cry every time, because it came out in 2017 when we moved, and it was around Christmas that I would listen to it over and over again. And I was going through a lot of emotions, you know, as everyone is every time of the year, always. But that was one of my favorites. And the message behind it is like, even in your worst time, you can find the light. Like her, she found her love in her worst time, you know. She had left for years, or maybe it was 1 year. No, it was like years, because like 1989 came out in 2014 or 15. She left and she was going through all that, and in that she found her person. And I don't know, maybe that's me like grasping onto hope, but I really do love things like that. Like Christmas, I wouldn't say is even like that, but it's enhancing everything, and it is looking at the good things. Like when you decorate, it's making what is already here better, you know. So that when you take all the decorations, I keep saying undecorate, that's what I wrote in my song. I don't use it as a word, but I guess on camera I do apparently. When you take down the decorations, everything's still here, you know, my picture, my window, everything that you decorated is still here. And you can put other stuff up too, in place of that decoration. One of the Christmas songs, I forgot, what is it? I think there's a couple songs that have that lyric or something similar to it. It's like, from now on, our troubles will be miles away. There's a couple songs that are like that. Obviously, it doesn't mean that, okay, now it's Christmas, we're not gonna have any trouble, you know. Obviously, we do have trouble still, but I mean, the message behind it, it's like, we're here, you know. We made it another year. It might be a lot different from last year, but here we are again, celebrating the same things, you know. I don't know. I just hope if people don't feel that way with Christmas, that they feel that with their birthday or a different holiday, Halloween or Easter, even New Year's. Like, I think some people do feel that because a lot of people are motivated to go out and do things like that for the first of the year. And even me, like, I'm already writing a list of things that I want to do. Even on this channel, I have a lot of things that I'm gonna plan to do, but I feel like we do need that reminder, and Christmas is the perfect time, and that's why I'm like, I really hope that people do feel this way about about Christmas, because that's what it's meant for, and it's obviously not forced. It's not like everyone feels this, you have to feel this, Okay, I know I failed at talking softly, so I'm gonna stop now. I have one more soft topic of the year, and then I'll be back next year. I might take a break for 1 week. I don't know, maybe not. But I have one more, and the next episode will be just recapping the whole year. And then we'll be back in 2022. Well, I'll be back next week, but thank you for watching. If you have any requests, leave them in the comments down below. And if this is the last video you see from me, this might be the last video that I'm talking on camera. But if this is the last video you see from me, hope you have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Holiday. That's the other thing when people say, you need to say Merry Christmas, you need to say Happy Holidays. Like, why not both? You can do both. So Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. And thank you so much for all your support, for helping me with just watching this video, having it on in the background or whatever you do, liking the video, commenting, even disliking now that it doesn't show how many dislikes it is. All of it helps, so thank you so much for your support, and I hope you have a good night. Merry Christmas.